Hello everyone, so welcome to game, where are we, game 4, is that right? I'm trying to think now, lost track of how many games we played today. This will be the third game of the day, so yeah, I've had 2 wins on the bounce there, with that new setup that's got the row of bombs in place. So we're going against the Bronze Lieutenant here. I'm going to go for it again because it does seem to sort of be working well for me. So let's see, I can't remember where I saved it. Yeah, please excuse the noise from the cat. If you're not a regular follower of the channel, then you're probably wondering what that noise is, but that's my cat Metz that likes to get in on the action sometimes. So yeah, he seems to calm down now. He's going to come and settle down with me, so please excuse that noise if that ever comes screaming in the background. So yeah, this is the new setup that I'm sort of running with a little bit. I'm enjoying the fact that it's challenging me and that I'm sort of adapting as I play. And these row of bombs, although when I start I tend to think, oh no, you know, I'm in trouble from the beginning, they're working for me. So you know, I'm going to roll with it at this point and see how much I can evolve it and how many wins on the trot. I've got myself up to Bronze Colonel now. Follow me on the journey to, well, I'd like to get back to Gold. That's where I was many moons ago. Seems like a million miles away at this point with some of the gameplay that I've had. You know, I've got a terrible habit of making careless mistakes, losing track of pieces. So hopefully, yeah, I can remain focused on this one and make it very comfortable for myself. Now, I'm uploading a video at the moment and also shrinking a video, so I don't know whether we're going to get some slight lag. Hopefully not. This player looks like they're taking a little bit of time with their moves. Okay, so no, it could be a bit of both, guys, so excuse me on this one. Hopefully it won't be too long. The shrinking compression of the other file, it will be done shortly. So yeah, 2 wins on the bounce. The first one of the day was the quickest one on the channel. Check that one out, and it was enjoyable because it was that bomb structure over there that paid off for me. Their marshal come storming straight in and got taken out by this bomb here. So yeah, have a look at that one, guys. And if you're enjoying the content of the channel, please feel free to like, comment and subscribe. I'm going to be uploading regular content and I'm going to be evolving the channel. Let me know what you think. I'm going to look to do streaming, and I'm going to also set up the video cam so that you can see live reactions from me. Yeah, let me know any ideas you think. I'm going to probably do one day a week random setups as well, which I've done one. If you check out day 9, I think it was. So okay, so I'm going to go ahead then and press on these front line squares because I want to know what he's got on his front line. If I can do that without losing too much heavy artillery. Okay, so he's got a colonel there, so that's handy to know. I've got my general obviously in position down here where it can be effective then. I may just move my colonel, this one, along. Now he's making a charge for it with his colonel, so that's all right. Okay, let's go ahead with this idea then. He's, you know, no doubt going to come and put threat on this major, so I'm going to come bring it this side, sort of drag him down, see what he wants to do. I'm happy enough to nab a colonel off him as soon as possible because that is something that I do like to do if possible, is get the colonels out of the way. But what I'm going to do is just going to bluff a bit here then. I'm going to use this miner to try and sort of threaten on that colonel and see what he's going to do. If yeah, it's going to lure him back and hopefully it might reveal something bigger. So let's see. I'm going to get him pinned in here for the time being. Now this could then potentially, let's face it, be his marshal, or this one is marshal, or even his spy. So that's handy to know. I'm going to go and press ahead then with this lieutenant. We could be looking at a potential marshal here, potential spy here. Let's see what he's going to do. what I may do is then just move up with the scout and just double check which one this is, if it's the marshal. Okay, so now he's looking to come and test the water perhaps down here. Alright, well, I'm not going to be too concerned about that. What I may do is see if I go this way. Okay, he's going to go back again. Alright, so if that's the case, then I'm going to have to probably accept that. Alright, so okay, what I may do then, yeah, is I'm just going to go ahead then and press on with this scout, because what that will do is just tell me what he's got here anyway. This scout here, I want to see what this piece is here. Yeah, no, that's fine then. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look to try and flush out his other scouts before I then go up and bluff again with my general. Or at least what I want to do is try and see here what we got here. I'm going to go and examine that later as well. So, okay, I'm going to press ahead with this scout then. And let's see, is he going to be aggressive with this piece? Or is he going to take it with something lower behind? We're going to see now. I've got a feeling he's going to take it with this first because of the way he played it with the sergeant there. So let's see now. Okay, alright, so let's see what he's got here. Ah, now that's interesting then. So he didn't have that colonel covered this side, so he may have it covered there. Alright then, well, okay. So then what I'll do, I've got my spy slightly exposed. I think then, yeah, I'll bring this captain up this way to cover the spy, and then I'm going to go up again with the sergeant on the other side. And let's see how he's going to go about this. Okay, so that's good. We're flushing out more of these spies as we these scouts as we go along, which is ideal. That's what I want to do. Now, this is the square that I'm wondering about now. We've got a colonel here, but we may have it covered. So, okay then, let's see. If I go in on that colonel, I wonder if I'll be able to push it down here. Right, okay. So he's done that. Alright, well what I do then, I think, well, we know this is the sergeant, so I could potentially go in there. Not sure what this is this side. So I think I'm going to make a charge through the middle then at this point and see. He's got a colonel there. Okay, so he's going to have a major there then as well. Alright. Now my spy is exposed again, so I'm just going to, I mean, she's not technically exposed because he's just moved a major to cover any potential scouts, so I'm not going to worry about that for the time being. What we may do here then is flush out another scout. Now that's his colonel there, that's fine. What I may do is move up with the captain. There was a sergeant here, what I can do then is go up with a sergeant then, and what I want to do is, yeah, I wanted to know what was here, because if he hasn't got this colonel covered, then that would be an interesting play on his part. But if this could be a spy and he's left it, oh, I see. So yeah, here we go, that's what I wondered. He's got the marshal there covering this colonel. So we've got a heavy defence over here. I wonder if we're looking at the flag around here. So, okay then, right now. So, okay, now the first thing I want to do is cover my spy again. And then now what I'm going to do is look to get this spy in a bit of a better position. Because now we know where the marshal is, I can start to really work around that. We know we've also got a colonel down there. Alright, so he's coming in with a major, so what I'm going to do is then just to press up. I'd like to locate where the general is now. We know that we've got a marshal here, colonel here. I wouldn't be surprised, yeah, if this is a captain here. So, okay, we're just going to work at it here. This potentially could be the general now. So, alright, what I'm going to do is just move up with a miner, see if we can flush out another scout, because I can sort of put some threat over here on this marshal. And now we see, look here, we've got something coming in here. So I wonder what and then look what we got going on there. So if this is the general now, we've now got a piece coming in here to cover it. So let me see now. What I'm going to do then is just move this kernel this way, because I'm going to try and come in on that, on the blind side of him. But he's probably going to start looking to cover left and right again, you know. So I'm just going to be slightly aware. But if he does do that, I want to be able to come up here with the general and make use of it on that kernel. So okay, so we've got a potential general here, we've got a potential spy here, we've got a marshal here, and we've got a colonel here. So now then, what I could do then, yeah, is move up with a colonel, because he may just want to cover with a major on the centre. If he's got one colonel there, then there may be another colonel. I mean, he could potentially be covering with a colonel there. I mean, what I'd ideally like to do is just sort of flush out these scouts, and then I can really be in a good position. So, okay. I could do with getting a lower end gun up there, but I'm tempted to go in with the major or the colonel. And then let me see now. Now, if I go in with the colonel, okay, now. Let me think here. I think I'll go in then with the major, and then that way, you know, it's not the end of the world. If I do lose that major, it's going to be an exchange, or I'm going to get the information on the second colonel. Okay, here we go then. Alright, so that's what I wanted to know. So now then, what I can do is I'm just going to start trying to bluff out down here, try and see what how he's going to operate with his marshal. And then perhaps then even come in blindside on that colonel, and nab that in the process. All right, so now he's going to test the water here. You see, with this miner. So that's okay. I'm just trying to think what's the best way here. Let me see. Yeah, if I start sort of going up here, what I may be able to do is just put some pressure on this colonel and see if I can just get behind it and get the information with this captain. Yeah, he's moving that way. Okay, so he's trying to sort of bluff it out, I guess, really, because I know that's his marshal, and I would assume this is the spy covering this. So alright, let me go this way then and just see. I mean, there's not a great deal of point doing that. I can't remember what this was here. Okay, yeah, so that's just a sergeant. That's fine. So, I mean, what I want to do is just sort of chip away behind here, because, alright, so he's got a major there as well. So there's definitely a lot of protection here. We've got a marshal, a colonel, a major. We've got another colonel here. So, right then. Realistically, what I want to do is ideally get the general up that way, but we've also got this, and we've got a major here. What's the best way round here? I think, yeah, if I need to get this then other captain up there, I want to try and threaten on this colonel, and then what that could potentially do, I mean, I could potentially, guys, threaten with my spy up here. But no, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to threaten with the captain, and then okay, so look, the spy looks like he's on the move there, and that is interesting. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to sort of start trying to outflank. And now there is another scout in place, and what I could potentially do is, come in here now with the marshal, even, you know. Now I know that this is not a colonel, so I'm just going to pull back there, and we can get this with this colonel. All right, so that's fine. So now, okay, well I've ended up revealing the colonel, but that's okay, because look, it looks like he's coming down with his colonel now. So what I want to do then is just pretend then that I've got my general and my marshal in place down here. If he wants to come in with the exchange. Now what I'm going to do then is move up with the captain here and see if he wants to run away now with the general or the colonel. Now you see, now what I want to do is, yeah, threaten on that colonel, and now you see, now that's interesting. Now I've moved his spy out the way. Now I've got him on the run a little bit. No, he hasn't taken the bluff. Now that's unfortunate. So alright then, well, it was worth a try, guys. It was worth a try, you know. I think then, realistically, okay, I'm just going to tuck the spy along now then. We know that this is definitely the spy because he didn't want to take that. So moving forward, I mean, if I can bluff out again with the marshal, then that'll be ideal next time, because he probably will, you know, he'll do the same again. All right, so I'm just going to go then move this way. Now this was the colonel I need to be aware of. He does know this one is my colonel, so I'm just going to be careful of that. We know he's got another colonel down here as well, tucked in, so that's okay. And let's see then. So we've got the general, we've got the spy, we've got another colonel there. I'm just going to move this general again back this way and try now. I mean, like I say, I really want to flush these scouts out before I do go in with the marshal for real. I want to flush these scouts out, or try and snag that spy that we're now well aware of. Now potentially, yeah, you see here I've got a chance here. If I had my marshal actually making the correct charge here, that I could go in here and snag this colonel. So let me see. Now this is interesting what he's going to do here. You see this here now, he's definitely covering that. So okay then, what I'm going to do then is start to press up with this major on the other flank, and see how he likes this, and then come up again this way. See what he thinks about this, because now you see I've got a potential here to just come in, snag this colonel that's tucked in here, or the major, and you know, this is what I want to see now. Okay, so that was the colonel, so I'm just going to go ahead then and take this one, which is the minor, and then cause some havoc down here. Okay, that's alright. So that's one of the majors, so that's alright. I'm happy enough with that. Didn't manage to get the colonel, but you know, I'm not going to grumble too much about it. Now let's see what he's going to do here. We know we've got his colonel, his spy, and his general here. So okay, and then is he going to move this one out the way now? No, so I'm not going to risk that just yet. And he's probably now looking to sort of come back again, as I say, with his marshal to sort of attack there. This was the colonel, so potentially, you know, I could come back round there now and launch a bit of an attack on him. I'm luring him into a little bit of a trap there, as I say, with the marshal that he's coming in with. So what I'm going to do, yeah, I may just sort of press up this way then, see what he wants to do with that piece, because I can come in and get that colonel if he'll let me. Let me see now, because this one is a safe bet here. I can get this colonel, yeah, because this is the spy behind. So that's what I want to do there. Yeah, now he's going to try and sort of perhaps try and sort of do something, but this is the other kernel. So all right then, so let me see what we got going on down here then. We've got a captain there. Now I wouldn't be surprised if this is another major here. Okay, so now he's looking to sort of come in and force the exchange. I mean, I could potentially do it because I've got the kernel up on him now, but let's see what he's going to do here. I don't need to do any of the two of the things because, you know, if he wants to chase me up and down this lane, he can do. I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not going to do the exchange with him. So let's see, if he wants to leave it there, that's fine. I'm then going to look to sort of press up on this side and get this spy now, because I realise that okay, so I've got a feeling that that's a major coming in anyway. So alright then, so let's go again then. Let's go ahead and press on this side with my general. We've got no qualms about doing that. This was the other kernel right here. So okay, now what's probably the best bet for me then is to, let me see now. Okay, so what I may do then is just start to move a scout up into position. Now if I can somehow sort of get round there, I may be able to sort of snag that spy with a scout. We know this is his marshal there, so I'm just going to carry on sort of trying to outflank here and see what he's going to do. I don't need to worry too much about this. You know, if he wants to sort of play this game, then that's fine. I know that I've sort of got a position where I can outflank him here and try and isolate these pieces up here. If he wants to do that game, that's fine. And we know we've got a captain down there that I can go for. He's going to look to try and sort of pin me in there now then, so that's fine. What I'm going to do is go ahead with this scout, as I say, and then look to get him that way. What's the best way for me with this kernel? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead with this kernel then, and then just play this waiting game with him again with this general, because now you see I know that this is a spy. I can potentially come in and get this other kernel with my marshal, and then if he wants to sort of do anything, then yeah, you see now he's doing it that way, so that's fine. So now what I want to do, I'm just going to move my kernel here, get this scout up here if possible, and look to get this spy. Now there could be a potential bomb here, in which case I can just come straight in. I'm tempted to do that. Okay, so he's looking to do that there then. So let me try this, see what happens. If there is a bomb there, then this is okay. Right, alright, well that's fine. So we know then what's going on there. See, what I may do is start to move my spy out this way. In actual fact, yeah, what I'm going to do is just move the general up a little bit more so that it occupies in that way. And then, yeah, it gives me a little bit of a window out. And here we go, guys. Is he going to... Ah, now he's chasing it right the way then with his marshal. He's given up waiting for me. And he's fallen straight into the trap that they have, I should say. And I don't know, we may get a surrender out of them here now. Then we've got a colonel here isolated. We've got his general here. We've got his spy here. So now I can now realistically go in happily and pin this colonel now. So let's see what he's going to do here. There's no way out for that colonel, so I'm going to press on with that. And okay, well he's coming over there then with his general, and we can then just go happily get this spy out the way now if we want. and I'm not going to be too concerned about it because where are we? Yeah, I'm not going to be too concerned about it because we can isolate it down there by these bombs. We can really get it pinned in now. So let's see. Okay, so all right, well he's not choosing to go down that route straight away, so all right then, what I'm going to do then is just press ahead then with the general and see how he's going to go about this, because he knows now, yeah, look, he's coming back round with the general, but it's not going to be any use to him because I've got my protection in place here with the marshal. So let's see. Okay, so what he's going to do here then is try and threaten me with this spy, so I'm just going to put this scout in place now, and then okay, well, that's interesting. He's decided to sort of chase down, has he? All right, well, I mean, look, I could potentially lose that colonel, I guess, or my marshal. And that's an interesting one. Or I could just let him sort of chase it down and run into a potential bomb. Let me see. No, yeah, I think what I'll do then is I'll just move it this way, and then yeah, if he wants to sort of take it next time, then I can get his marshal, get his general out of it, and then now I'm going to sort of press ahead with this trap that I've got this way, waiting to isolate his second colonel. Alright, so that's the way he's decided to play it there. Alright, so I'm going to take this then. I know that I can still realistically isolate his other colonel because I've got a scout here. And let's see then, this is the spy, is it? Let's see. Yeah, so that's fine. I can still isolate this colonel, which is what I'm trying to do. Ah, so we've got a disconnection now. I think they realise, you know, that there's a bit of a losing battle there. They're going to lose that colonel. So I think we've got another victory there. 3 on the trot there, everyone, out of that alteration of the random setup. Really happy about the way it's going. It's challenging me, as well as realising that there's some advantages with that setup. You know, it kind of, if anything, it makes me sort of worry less about one of the flanks, and I can sort of concentrate on an attack through the other two. So yeah, it's going really well there. Let me know what you think, guys. Like, comment and subscribe if you're enjoying the content so far. Thanks for everyone that's supporting the channel so far, and really appreciate it. Great to see you all on here. I'm going to look to improve it all the time, do some live streaming and video footage of the reactions. So please continue to follow the content. Please let everyone know that you know that enjoys Stratego as well, and let them know about the channel so they can follow some content. And yeah, I'm hoping to keep growing it. I think the game will always have its own generations of followers as more and more people learn it and stuff. So yeah, I think that over the years, you know, I'm hoping that it's going to grow organically and get to a decent level, and it'll be a good one-stop place for people that like to follow games and see some strategies when they not in the mood to actually play. So here we go, guys. It looks like, yeah, we've got a disconnect that's just going to sit out the 2 minutes, but that's all right, as long as we get that victory at the end. That's all I'm concerned about. I was on a colonel, bronze colonel, so I wonder where I'm going to be with this one. I think they were below us, if I remember rightly, so I'm not sure we're going to get too many points, but something's better than nothing, I would say. So okay, it's unfortunate. I wonder how many more of these we're going to get as I start to get better. I'm wondering how many more of these sort of people you're going to encounter that are not prepared to just surrender when they know, you know, that there's a bit of a losing battle going on. So okay, I was really pleased with that one. I was able to get that scout there ready as well for that spy, because that could have sort of left me a bit stuck in a way. So yeah, here we go, guys, looking for the victory here. Yeah, okay. So anyway, as I say, please continue to follow the content, like, comment and subscribe. I'm still bronze colonel, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.